Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm level-headed. Hi, welcome to my channel, level-headed. I'm Levi D, and today we'll be covering the Kylie Rodni case. I figured out some things that just make you go, and want to think of the scenarios of the case. There's also facts in there, and there's also different little snippets of what I have captured from the whole tale of events. Please watch all the way until the end. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. If you are subscribed and not getting my notifications, please turn the notifications to none and then turn back to all. And hopefully that will correct you getting my notifications. And at the end, if you have comments, please leave them in the comment section. And enjoy the show.
Be the search group over here.
Sammy Smith was at the party with Kylie and is one of the search coordinators. What time did you last see her?
The last time I saw Kylie was around 12:25 in the morning of the party. I was leaving and I gave her a hug, telling her I loved her and goodbye for her to get home safe or be safe.
Do you think that your friend was abducted?
I think there's a definite chance of it.
Mags Larson is another of Kylie's friends who was at the party.
I need her to come home and I need us to find her.
I also spoke with Kylie's mom, Lindsay, who says there's no way she's run away. If she's with somebody who's got her against her will, what would you say to the people or person who has your daughter right now?
Just please give me my baby back.
I'm assuming that they're checking mine shafts. Maybe the car went down off the road.
phone.
So it's an iPhone.
I forget which generation and which number, but I can post about that or something or get in contact with you.
Okay. Real quickly, Laura Truan wants to ask you, what about pictures and social media posts? There has to be evidence this party went down. I'm sure there's people taking photos or TikToks. I'm sure there's got to be a TikTok video of the fight or something, right? There's got to be something out there.
Yeah. So there's hundreds of videos. We have videos of people taking videos.
Oh, wow.
We have
very good. Very good.
Hundreds of videos, hundreds of pictures. We've asked everybody to send us any videos and any pictures that they have, even if it's a picture that looks exactly like something else sent us. It could have different angles.
She lived fairly close. Is this picture correct? She was about 12 miles away. The Prosser family campground was roughly about 12 miles from her house. Is that correct?
That dot is not exactly where she was located. It's a little bit more to the right and towards the little blue lake that you can see up from it. It was a little bit closer to that lake, but definitely that's about, it would have taken about 30 minutes for her. We've found out about approximately 30 minutes for her to drive that way, 38 maybe. To be fully honest, my biggest concern is that somebody, and I've said this in other interviews, somebody knew she was drunk, offered to give her a ride home, and they didn't give her a ride home. And they could be across the world at this point with how long she's been gone. And I'm worried that I have a feeling, and obviously, I don't know. I have a feeling that she is still alive and she's still out there and she's still fighting, but that there's somebody else involved. And that's not confirmed. That's just what I believe. I think there has to be somebody else involved in this. But, yeah.
Did she wear an Apple Watch? Do you know? Did she wear an Apple Watch?
No, I don't believe so. I don't remember ever seeing her wear one. It's not something I pay really close attention to. And we're not the type to be like, oh, look at what I have on my wrist. I'm so rich, so.
Yeah.
She was not being driven home and she was not driving. So, okay. At the end of the party when I saw her, she was supposed to give me a ride home because I had asked her to give me a ride home because I wanted to stay later. I then realized later in the party that I believe she was drunk, and I knew she was drunk, and so I did not want her to be driving me home, because I know about drunk drivers and all that, and so
Smart.
and I figured she would be staying there, or she would find a ride home, because she's a smart girl. She's smart enough to know, she's smart, and so, then. I found her as I was leaving the party. I was making sure to find her, to tell her that I had another ride home, and that,
When did you last see her?
The last time I saw Kylie was around 12:25 in the morning of the party. I was leaving and I gave her a hug, telling her I loved her and goodbye for her to get home safe or be safe.
Do you think that
I loved her and I wanted to say bye and for her to have fun at the party. And then when I left the party, we were pretty much on 89 with my ride. And she called me as I was in the car in the passenger seat, and she was like, "Hey, where are you? Do you still need a ride home?" And I was like, "No, I'm okay. Like, I'm in the car right now. I'm like getting driven home now." But Kylie did not have a set ride home, and I was under the impression that she would either sleep there or find another ride home. And it was not known that anybody was going to give her a ride home. She was not, when she called me, she was not in a car. I could hear the party and many people talking in the background.
You're an amazing girl. I know you got a great future ahead of you. Stay strong.
If Kylie were out here watching this, I would just want to know, we are doing everything to try and find her. We are making this go worldwide. We will find her. We will find what is happening, and we just want her home. We don't want to get anybody in trouble. We just want her home. We love her, and we would do anything to see her again. I just want to drink a boba with her again and laugh and tell the story. And when I see her, I'm going to absolutely tackle her to the ground, but I'm going to give her the most love that she's ever felt. And I hope she knows she's loved. This whole community is looking for her. The whole world at this point is looking for Kylie. Kylie, if you're out there and you can hear this, please fight. Keep fighting. Don't give up. We are coming. We are working. We will not stop working. I will stay up day and night. I have her completely. We want you home. We just want you home. And yeah.
You're doing. I mean, you're getting it out there, and I'm just so impressed with you. I'm sure your parents are very proud, and they raised you right. So
thank you so much,
Sammy. Okay, all right. You take care, and thank you once again for allowing us to have you.
Up next is the couple missing out of Reno were found and rest in peace. They were found in their vehicle that had crashed, where the phone pinged but could not be seen from the road. So is that what happened to Kylie Rodni too? Watch till the end to see everything that we know.
Kylie Rodni missing. Couple who disappeared nearby on same day found dead. Kylie Rodni was last seen at a party at the Prosser family campground on August 6. Two people who went missing in Northern California on the same day as Kylie Rodni have been found dead, according to police. The bodies of Jeanette J.J. Pantoja, 29, and her ex-boyfriend John Almanza Zavala, 36, were found on Wednesday outside of a vehicle that had crashed down an embankment in Nevada County, California, the Nevada County Sheriff's Department confirmed. Zavala was tentatively identified due to the nature of his injuries, the sheriff's office said. Although the couple had broken up years ago, they remained friends, according to KCRA-TV, and often did things together. They were returning from a car show in Reno, Nevada, but never made it back. Pantoja texted her current boyfriend that she'd be home in 30 minutes around 11 p.m. on August 6, but never returned, her sister, Alejandra Pantoja, told Fox News. He got an alert on his phone that she'd stopped sharing her location around 30 minutes later. She just never communicated anything other than that, Alejandra Pantoja said. She's not like that. On the same day, Rodni, 16, went missing from a campground in Truckee, California, during a party with hundreds of people. She was last seen after midnight on August 6, about 23 hours before Pantoja and Zavala were last heard from. Pantoja and Zavala's cell phones last pinged in the area where their bodies were found after someone called 911 about a car that had gone down an embankment near Highway 20 and Poker Flats Road in Penn Valley, according to KCRA. The area had been previously searched, but nothing was found. The vehicle couldn't be seen from the road. Rodni went missing from the Prosser family campground in the Tahoe National Forest, which is about 70 miles from where the former couple's bodies were found in Penn Valley. There is no evidence that the cases are connected, police said. Investigators on Rodni's case announced on Monday that they would be scaling down the search effort after 10 days of extensive searches involving almost 16,000 man-hours by land, air, and boat found nothing. Rodni is described as 5 feet, 7 inches tall, and about 118 pounds. She has blonde hair and hazel eyes. She has a tattoo on her ribs of the number 17. She has a nose ring and several other piercings and was wearing 3 gold necklaces the night she went missing, according to her friends. She was wearing green Dickies pants, a black studded belt, and a black spaghetti strap bodysuit, according to authorities. She may have been wearing a pink and white Odd Future hoodie. We are still looking for any clues, videos, tips, any information to help us to put pieces together and help us to direct where we're going and how we're going to continue to do a search, Cap Sam Brown of the Nevada County Sheriff's Office said during a Monday news briefing. We are moving into a more limited but continuous search and rescue effort. The search for Rodni started where her cell phone last pinged near the Prosser Creek Reservoir and moved outward, but no signs of her have been found. No one from the party reported seeing her leave. Rodni's mom, who said her daughter texted that she would be heading home soon that night, told them to Tuesday, "We still don't know what happened to her. We're just working to piece together those last moments that she was at the party to figure out where she did go and with whom." She added, "We're still just waiting for her to come through the door."
And up next is what we know on the events that have happened so far on the search for Kylie Rodni.
Old's disappearance from campground party. California officials believe Kiely Rodni may have been abducted from a party in Tahoe National Park on the morning of August 6. Authorities have received more than 900 tips related to 16-year-old Kiely Rodni's disappearance from a campground party 1 week ago in Tahoe National Forest in Truckee, California. Officials believe she may have been abducted and are treating their investigation as an abduction. An Amber Alert has not been issued in the case yet, however, as there is no evidence at this time to confirm that Rodni was kidnapped. Here's a timeline of events that have occurred since Rodni vanished. Surveillance footage captures Rodni at a local business on August 5th wearing a black bodysuit and Dickies pants roughly 6 hours prior to her disappearance. Later that day, Rodni, an early high school graduate, attends an end of the summer party with friends from high school near the Prosser family campground in Tahoe National Park. Locals call the area the campground. The party escalates from a high school event to a party of some 300 people ranging in age from teenagers to young adults and even some older adults, some of whom the teenage attendees were not familiar with. The party included drugs and alcohol, and officials are searching for video footage or photos of a possible fight that occurred that night. Rodni has enough drinks to become drunk, according to her friend and another recent graduate, Sammy Smith, who added that she did not believe Rodni would have driven under the circumstances. Rodni texts her mother around 11:30 p.m. saying she is planning on leaving the campground around 12:15 a.m. "I asked her to be safe," Rodni's mother, Lindsay Neiman Rodni, told Fox News in an interview on Friday, "and that was the last time she texted me." Rodni speaks with friends and family shortly after midnight, according to authorities. Her phone turns off around 12:33 a.m. that morning. It last pinged near the Prosser family campground within Tahoe National Forest before it turns off, Placer County officials said. The 16-year-old's family lives about 10 miles away from the campground at a lodge south of town. Rodni is reported missing, and the Placer County Sheriff's Office shares a notice regarding Rodni's disappearance later that day. The Sheriff's Office also reported that Rodni's vehicle, a 2013 silver Honda CR-V with California license plate 8YUR127, is missing. The Placer County Sheriff's Office establishes a tip line for information leading to Rodni's whereabouts. Officials also begin a massive search for the missing 16-year-old near the Prosser family campground. The Placer County Sheriff's Office says they are investigating a possible abduction because the girl's SUV was also unaccounted for. Detectives follow up on leads and continue to search the campground area with a Falcon 30 helicopter. Multiple law enforcement agencies from Northern California and Nevada, which borders the area, are involved in the search. The FI is also involved. The Placer County Sheriff's Office air operations crew flies over the Interstate 80 corridor between Donner Summit and the Nevada state line, as well as around the Prosser Lake area. Search crews comb Lake Prosser by boat, and a land-based search party gathers near the shoreline. The Sheriff's Office receives more than 100 tips related to Rodni's whereabouts, but none that lead to her or her vehicle's location. There are 77 law enforcement personnel assigned to the case. During a joint news briefing on Wednesday afternoon, police from multiple agencies plead with more party attendees to come forward. They say they have received a large amount of video from the party, but no clues that have led them to Rodni's whereabouts. The search now includes several aircraft, including helicopters and airplanes flying in formation above, dive teams, and all-terrain vehicles, including four-wheelers, trikes, and dirt bikes. There are search dogs present and at least 100 members of law enforcement visible, including members of the FBI, who initially focused their attention on Campsite 4. In a joint statement, the Placer County and Nevada County Sheriff's Office say they have assigned 265 personnel to the case. The number of tips received climbs to more than 300, tripling a Tuesday's total. Investigators say they have still not recovered any items they believe belong to Rodni, and they are still searching for witnesses who saw Rodni physically leave the campground party. The FBI lists Rodni as a missing person and releases a poster sharing information about the 16-year-old. The Placer County Sheriff's Office announces that it has activated the Cutter emergency alert system. We have about an 80% enrollment for Nevada County, so out of our 100,000 residents, that message should hit about 80,000 residents, Nevada County Sheriff's Office Cap Sam Brown says of the Cotter alert during a Thursday afternoon press conference. Authorities display the latest known photo of Rodni, taken about a month prior to her disappearance, showing her distinctive gold jewelry. More than 220 law enforcement personnel have been assigned to the search, and officials have received more than 500 tips from across the country related to the case. Other countries have also offered assistance in finding Rodni. Investigators collect and bag evidence found near the Prosser family campground. The Placer County Sheriff's Office announces that law enforcement has received more than 900 tips received related to Rodni's disappearance. Investigators are still searching for signs of the 16-year-old or vehicle. Search dogs, aircraft, and multiple law enforcement vehicles arrive at the campground on a Friday morning to continue following up on leads and evidence discovered on Thursday. Officials close off an area of the campground where evidence is being collected for processing in hopes of locating Kiely and her vehicle. Rodni is described as 5'7" and about 118 pounds. She has blonde hair and hazel eyes. She has a tattoo on her ribs of the number 17. She has a nose ring and several other piercings. She drives a silver 2013 Honda CR-V with California license plate 8YUR127. It has a small ram's head sticker on the back window, under the rear wiper blade. Anyone with information is asked to call the Placer County Sheriff's Office's dedicated tip line at 530-581-6320. Callers can remain anonymous. Those with photos and videos that may assist with the investigation into Rodni's disappearance can submit them to officials here. The family is offering a $50,000 reward for Kiely's return.
Up next is a little bit of info from a video that I caught. And Aaron Mull, if you're not subscribed to Aaron Mull, he's got some very, very good content. He had a call-in show last night where he was going over some of the facts and some of the stuff going on. Don't go and watch the whole video. I'll have it linked in the description below. Ryan Upchurch called in, and it's good to see these two talk.
Huh. Yeah, these look like, this little kid right here looked like he could blow away in the wind. Like, this kid in the center?
Yeah, the dude in the blue.
Yeah.
That's my little brother, bro. He's like 13 years old.
Yeah, I don't know. The more I'm thinking about it, like, look, I don't know what ended up happening here, but like one of these kids would absolutely leak like photos and be like, yo, this is what was going on, if it was really this big of a party. So that's why I'm just like, something's not lining up for sure.
Do you notice something? Check this. Okay, these kids are not standing out in front of this car with the lights like this for a long time. This is a car leaving. Somebody took this picture as they're leaving. That's why their high beams are on, and people are looking at them like, what the fuck are you doing? And everybody has their back turned because they're leaving. That's why there's a big gap to the left. And if you look all the way down the road, somebody's leaving in front of them.
Yeah, it looks like you can see the back of a car.
That's two people leaving the party. Yeah.
Yeah.
So who's to say they even got out and hung out with these kids? The kids are probably like, who the fuck are these people?
Yeah. I don't know, man. Yeah.
Your boy lives in the country, man. I know these things.
Say that again, sorry?
I say your boy lives in the country, man. I know these things.
Yeah. Yeah, nice. I
was from Nashville. The hood's like right down the street.
Oh, I was just in Nashville a couple weeks ago.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Northeast or northwest Nashville, somewhere.
Oh, dude, I'm from West Nashville. Hell yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah. We went to some like ridge hike thing. I don't know what it was, but it was cool.
Hell yeah.
Anyways, all right, man. I don't know. This is what do you think? So, do you think that there's gonna be a press conference before the weekend, or do you think it's gonna be like a pretty silent weekend, and then we'll have something maybe like from the search early next week? Do you have any ideas?
They're gonna be super duper 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 quiet right now.
Yeah.
Because they got to catch them, and they can't catch them with noise. They got to catch them with silence.
Yeah, I think that. So, have you ever looked into that Adventures with Purpose channel that does a bunch of car dives and like?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
they're pretty sweet videos. I mean, those guys are, I think, out there now, and they're obviously working super under the table. Like, they're not going to be live streaming from their search. But I think if nothing turns up after those guys hit each of those bodies of water in the general area, then it's going to be, I think everyone's going to run with this like something, like there's a lot of people on the fence like, I think it could be an accident, but I think it'll immediately be like, yo, something's fishy here if that's not the, if they don't find anything.
Really, really, according to the locals that I've talked to, and according to my evidence, if she's not found in that body of water, and if her car is not found in the body of water, they need to check out this Miro guy, 100%.
Yeah.
And they need to question and investigate Sammy and Meg. Definitely Sammy, because I mean, Jesus Christ, it's the last person that's seen her. Like,
yeah. The Sammy thing is, I'm just so surprised they let them just like do their own little like call in, your tips and this and that. Like, I'm so surprised they didn't sit them down and go, what happened, and maybe they did to some degree. But
as long as the criminal's talking, a cop is listening.
Right. Yeah. I mean, people are listening. I mean, people are definitely looking in. Like, you've got a big enough following, and some of your videos have popped off enough that people are definitely watching your videos. Like, law enforcement absolutely has. Has anyone? I mean, I'm sure. Yeah. Has anyone reached out to you?
Yeah, Fox hit me up when they were down there.
Oh, that's right.
And we only talked about the investigation for 30 minutes. I recorded the whole call.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. I saw a comment going by that said, "Do you plan on going out there at any point?"
No, man.
Sticking down at the home base.
I'm sticking to country music and muscle cars, man. I'm just doing this in front of my.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those things. It's like, what can someone like you or I do out there? Not much, right? I mean, it's like...
It would cause problems.
Yeah, right? Like, you don't want to be an issue. It's like what you're doing at home, keeping the light on the case, which at this point, a case like this needs not much in terms of people like us shining light on it. I mean, if it was like a month and a half old and it was starting to go cold, like people, then people would be like, all right, what's up, church? Like, let's get him talking about it again, because people don't want to let this go down. But
you're absolutely right. And I think that's the misconception with me, because I'm really loud and stuff. But like what he just said, like you can obviously tell Aaron is level-headed. Okay, like and we know that we can't go out there and be investigators and get in the cops' way. I think people don't realize.
Yeah.
Like people look at us and they're like, well, you guys aren't investigators. Well, here you just seen on live. We just talked about it. We know we're not. We would get in the way.
Yeah.
And we're not professionals in that area.
Yeah. I've never once claimed to have any sort of actual investigative background. My Twitter bio says I'm just a guy with an internet connection, and that is exactly what I claim to be, is just a dude that, and I'm actually working on a true crime documentary right now about a 2-year-old cold case, and like that's my main focus. And then I follow some of these like missing persons cases just because I find a lot of interest in them, because I think it's just it's interesting. It's very interesting, and like I'd love to pick your brain off stream sometime about the Summer Wells case, because I know it's another one that I came across your channel on. But yeah, man, like I by no means am claiming to have any real knowledge in any of this stuff. I just find it very interesting. I like to follow the maps. Sorry, what was that? You cutting out.
And you're open-minded, and you're easy to have a conversation with.
Yeah, man. I mean, I like to think so. So that's nice. I appreciate it. I mean, like at the end of the day, like I said, this is somebody that's missing, and it's one thing to just like argue about like little things about, oh, is this guy black or is this guy white? But like it could be important in the end, because this dude that's calling you, I just think there's always a reason why people are inserting themselves into situations like this, and 100%. So there could be a reason for sure. So definitely stay on the lookout. Does this guy like have your info? Is he still reaching out to you at all? Has he gone quiet?
So actually, here's the thing. So when I was talking to him, something happened. I'm not sure what happened, but I got kicked out of my Instagram. So I'm having to try to get it back. I don't know if it was because he was already being looked at or what have you, but something happened that was really weird to my Instagram. So now I'm locked out of it for the moment.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Well, that'll be interesting to see if you come back to a list of questions, or a list of messages from him.
But yeah, man, just holler at me if you want to chill, whatever. You got my number now. Text me.
Yeah, sounds good.
And there we have it. If you have thoughts on the disappearance of Kylie Rodni, please leave the comments in the comments section. Also, that last part of the video is very important to see the investigation on how it's turning out in the views of YouTube creators. And I think they both did a very good job on this actual video. And I do know that there's some controversy, but they do make some good points there. If you're not subscribed to Ryan Upchurch, please go subscribe to him. And if you're not subscribed to Aaron Mole, please go subscribe to him too, as they give very good insight on what is going on here. As always, if you see something, say something.